Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading of today here at MadWorldTarot. Saturday afternoon, cold Saturday afternoon, but we have light, we don't have wind, we don't have rain, and we have electricity. So all good. I have the Trickster Tarot, the Trickster's Journey on the tarot table today for a story about two grifters, allegedly. And I have to say that some days being in this strange little world where we follow the royal family very closely, and in particular the members who've exiled themselves and exited, has its rewards, has its own reward. And this is one of those days when you wake up and you read somebody like Bill Simmons calling Harry and Meghan out for being two effing grifters, then you know that it was worth it, the many years spent following the story. As I say, has its own reward, and I'm truly grateful to Harry and Meghan for providing this level of not just entertainment but learning opportunity as well. I am truly grateful to them, and I thank them very often for providing these opportunities for us all to learn, and at the same time for us all to be entertained. And I think YouTube in particular is a platform where we can both learn and be entertained, and I am grateful also for that opportunity and for all of you as well. So got that out the way. I am using the Trickster's Journey Tarot, which has rather unfortunate artwork. It is obviously a rather dark tarot deck. It's not very pretty, but we're not dealing with very pretty things here at MadWorldTarot, unfortunately. We're going to have a look at this Bill Simmons story. He, of course, is a sports commentator, very famous in the US. He sold the rights to, I think it's called The Ringer. His own podcast to Spotify a few years ago. He's very high up in Spotify, in the executive, and he was talking about Harry and Meghan and of course the news that they've been dumped from Spotify. And he said, he called them, as I say, two effing grifters. And then to quote him, he says, "I gotta get drunk one night and tell the story of the Zoom I had with Harry to help him with a podcast idea." And he says it's one of my best stories. Now we all want to know what that story is. We're all hoping that one day he actually gets around to telling it. We're going to ask Universe for a little clue here in this reading today. And then he also goes on to say it's embarrassing to be affiliated with them. And he goes on even worse and says, "Shoot this guy to the sun." He's talking about Harry, of course. What does he bring to the table? He just whines about shit and gives interviews. That's telling it like it is. And so great joy, great hilarity all over social media about this telling it like it is, of one person, of course, expressing their opinion, but one person who I should imagine has the very inside story on how the Parkles behaved while they were associated with Spotify. So long intro. Today is the day of very long intros. I hope you're still with me. I've got the Trickster's Journey Tarot out, and we're going to do a Celtic cross. We're going to look at this from the Parkles' point of view. How did they feel when they woke up in the morning and they read this? It was all over the Daily Mail, for instance, where just about the whole world goes to read, seemingly. What problems is it causing them? Was this... did Bill Simmons get the green light from Spotify to go ahead and blab like this? He's obviously not bound by NDAs and things like that, can speak his own mind. Was he encouraged to do this? How are the Parkles reacting? Tell us in the past. We want to know about this Zoom call with Harry. What happened there? What went wrong? Are the Parkles going to sue? That's the future energy. Are they going to get the lawyers on it and sue him for defamation? And then individually, how is this influencing their reputations? Harry first, then Meghan, and then hopes and fears, of course, and outcome. So it's a Celtic cross, but it's a Celtic cross that I've repurposed, as I very often do. One more. And written the questions down. The universe knows what I want to know, and one more always becomes 2 or 3 or 25 more. There we go. Cards are jumping now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Celtic cross coming up. I have to go under the table now. I went under the table and fetched out the 6 of Swords, which I thought was interesting. We'll put it back in the deck and shuffle it in. Remind you as I do so that this is a tarot for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion, or just speculation and gossip. We read energy here, archetypal energy, because we're dealing with archetypes. The British royal family is archetypal. We can learn from archetypes. Disclaimer in the box below. Please read it, form your own opinions. Note the copyright in Mad World Tarot. And on we go with the reading. And let us see how the Harkles are feeling. They've been having a torrid time of late. I want to know if the end game is upon us at last. We'll be looking at that in the coming days. Of course, Megan was out and about looking sorrowful today, papped by Backroad, and managed to ease the royals off the front page of the Daily Mail. But who cares, really? When you have tales like this to read on for entertainment purposes, our underlying energy is the King of Coins in reverse. Ooh, burn. That's the big cheese, the King of Coins. That is the boss energy. That's the guy who makes the big business deals, the guy who has loads of money and influence and contacts. That's the guy who is solid. And he is in reverse. That is somebody very important. Kings, you don't get more important than a king. Well, the emperor. But the emperor is just the king of kings, really. King of Pentacles in reverse. They've lost somebody who is very influential, very connected, very highly regarded as well. The King of Pentacles, he's made a ton of money, very successful. If he comes out and calls you two rude, swear word, grifters, then you're in trouble. So how did they feel when they woke up in the morning and saw the headlines in the Daily Mail? We got the Knight of Swords. That's called the lawyers. How dare he? That is outrage and indignation. The Knight of Swords charges at things, sometimes a bit recklessly. A warrior energy, very combative, always ready to spring into action, our Knight of Swords. When he's upright, he's defending, usually defending the helpless and the weak and bringing truth and clarity to a situation. In the reverse, vicious. They woke up in the morning and could not believe the cruelty, the level of attack. Knight of Swords is a very attacking energy, very cruel, very vicious. They couldn't believe it. And as I say, it's got so much force and velocity to it, the Knight of Swords, that I think on the phone to lawyers straight away, not even time for falling on the floor and sobbing. What in particular is a problem for the Parkles with this? And we got another knight, and we got the Knight of Coins. Knights are all about action, and the Knight of Coins is in reverse. That's Harry. Harry, Knight of Coins, as I said, quite curious artwork. It's from Chinese mythology, and if I read the little stories to each card, it would make more sense, but then we would have readings that lasted 5 hours. And I don't have the time, and I'm sure you don't have the time, and the light is going out, not our light, the sunlight. It's getting darker. I hope you can see what's going on. But the Knight of Coins is Harry, the Knight of Pentacles, of course, the Earth sign prince. He's in reverse. It's his reputation in particular that has been damaged by this. Of course, that Zoom call that we were all dying to know about, because it did take the Parkles about 3 years to come up with some sort of content for Spotify, and then it didn't involve Harry at all. It was all about Megan. So Harry, can you imagine? I was thinking about this before because I do think about these readings for quite a long time, and I'll try and get into the energy and figure out what universe wants to have a chat about. And as I was thinking about this, I was thinking, imagine being that Knight of Coins, that Prince of the Realm, with this platform, a global platform where you can go and talk about anything and raise awareness. And it sounds very word salady, but for instance, I was just thinking off the top of my head, if I was given this opportunity and I was Prince Harry, I would phone up Brother William and say, hey, you who got the extra sausage in the big room and have this thing called Earthshot, Can we do a collaboration? And I can use my podcast to talk to some of the winners of the Earthshot Prize about what they're doing. We can give them some airtime. Simple. I'd listen. I don't know about you, but easy. So we'd love to know, but it's his reputation that's in the toilet right now. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse, very, very bad for him. It's very bad for him in terms of going forward in any solid way with anything of substance, let's just say. Behind the scenes was Bill Simmons given the green light to go and do this, go and trash the Parkles, because Spotify is furious with him. And it's quite clear from the announcement that there's no love lost. So my speculation, my curiosity that is now being piqued by the story, I want to know, was this something? Yes. Oh, absolutely. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a yes when it's upright. It's truth. Bringing truth to a situation, and there's a lot of truth at the moment being spoken about situations that have been covered in mystery and wrongdoing. We have situations like that going on in my country at the moment. We have situations just in our little world going on like that, and it looks like in Spotify's world they want the truth out there, and it looks like, my opinion as a tarot reader, that he was absolutely given the green light. Go and trash them. Tell your truth. Tell people what they're really like, what they are like to work with. The two grifters. Swear, swear, swear. Grifters. Ace of Swords. Yes. Clarity. Truth. Justice. How are the Parkles reacting to this? What is their focus right now? Their mental state? We've got the Lovers. And they're probably falling into each other's arms and sobbing. They're going to have to put on a united front, and I'm going to have to put on a ring light. So I'm shuffling around, and if you can hear clatter, clatter, and the camera, yes, I managed to knock the camera. Sorry if it made you all a bit seasick, but let's put on some light. Suddenly just got very dark. There we go. The camera will just have to adjust. That's better. But the Parkles are going to have to put on a united front. They're going to have to be defiant, and we believe in ourselves, and we're going to make a partnership with Audible, because it's not only them. They are going to have to show a united front. They are frantically looking around for other people, other platforms to partner with. Audible has been mentioned. But this is what's going on. This is the focus. A scramble is on. I can imagine the William Morris agency is very busy trying to find somebody who will host that ridiculous podcast, in my opinion, utterly absurd podcast. So tell us now. We're going back into the past in our little time machine, our tarot time machine, and we're going back to that Zoom call. And we want to know, just give us a clue, a hint, a teaser of what really happened in that call. And we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse. And I know what this means. He wanted to talk about Mummy. He wanted to talk about Mummy Diana. Like apparently he did when he made that speech, gave that speech at whatever, it was not Merrill Lynch, but one of those in Florida. The one and only time that he got a paid speaking gig that didn't involve Invictus Games or The Well Child or any of those. This was actually paid for by important people, business people, investment banker type people, to fly there to get his $1 million. He was still with that Harry Whatsit or something speaking agency, I can't remember. But anyway, apparently he talked about Mummy and maudlin speech about how he had suffered. And everybody wanted to collapse and couldn't believe what they were hearing, and there was never another speech given. So Eight of Cups in reverse. Harry can't get over his woe, his misery, his mummy issues, and actually come up with content that is positive, uplifting, creative, joyful, all of those things that, as I say, give me that platform, and I'd be busy for years, and I'm sure that you all could be suggesting things I could be busy with, and everybody else I know too could be suggesting things I could be talking about. He can't get over his own self-pity Eight of Cups in reverse. That's my idea of what happened in that phone call. Probably blew this guy's mind, that somebody who's nearly 40 can be going on, blathering on, bleating on about mummy. And yes, I know mummy died in a tragedy. She did. But get over it. So what's coming next? Are the Parkles going to sue? As they very often do. We got the Six of Cups in reverse. This is not lawyers. Lawyers might say go away even with the Six of Cups in reverse, because the Six of Cups is about old supporters, people who loved you, people who've been with you for years, friends and family you've grown up with, you've been through trials and tribulations with, and who are not interested anymore. No, don't come and cry here, go cry somewhere else. Basically not interested in hearing the sorry tale, couldn't care. I'm getting a strong couldn't care energy, and as I'm saying that, the dog's standing outside and giving a little cry. He's fine, he's had his walk and his dinner, he's just talking to the ether, the spirit world. Six of Cups in reverse, whoever they've gone complaining to says go away. That's not lawyers necessarily, but it's lawyers that you thought were your mates and cared about you and said, yes, come sit down in that nice chair and tell us all your sorrows and I'll send you the bill later for thousands and thousands of dollars. No, don't care, not interested, go away. Interesting. So individually now, impact on reputation. We've already seen Harry has suffered a terrible blow. Let's just ask now directly what's going on with him. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. This has put him in something of a pickle, this Eight of Swords, because now everybody knows. And how does he get out of this one? And what we know is what I know from this Eight of Cups in reverse. What people are going to be speculating or intuiting from this announcement, this broad attack on the Parkles, is that they are stuck here, stuck in a certain mindset, lacks vision. The Eight of Swords, one of the classic interpretations of the Eight of Swords, somebody who lacks vision, can't see beyond their own fears, their own issues, all those swords, can't get out of that mindset and go on and do bigger and better things. So they're going to see that about him. It's confirming what I've already picked up over here, and it's telling me, people are going to say, really? He's got nothing to offer. As this guy said, what does he bring to the table? He just whines about shit. Megan, impact on her reputation. She doesn't get hit so badly apart from being accused of being a grifter. King of Cups. It's wounding her ability to connect with people at an emotional level. When they see the word grifter, they're going to think, really? And we've got some King of Cups that float around in her life. For instance, her father, who is a King of Cups. And they're going to be looking at that and thinking, maybe, just maybe, Thomas Markle was wronged with that whole Dear Daddy letter and that privacy case and the copyright case and all of that. And maybe that King of Cups was really a nice guy, a very nice King of Cups, and maybe she just set him up. That's what grifters do, don't they? Set people up, take. So I'm speculating, of course, and there is a disclaimer in the box below, of course. But anyway, that's what I'm picking up. My energy is picking up, and what I'm passing on to you. So hopes and fears for the Parkles with this horrible, shocking event that has happened to them now. What are they hoping for? Knight of Cups. Well, they're hoping, maybe they're even hoping for an apology, because they do fixate on apologies. They're still waiting for one from King Charles and Prince William, apparently, which has not been forthcoming, and I think over 2 dead bodies will it ever be forthcoming. But they're waiting for some sort of rapprochement. He didn't mean it. He's going to be disciplined, and he's going to have to write you an apology and publish it in the newspaper on such and such a day for all the world to see. Dream on. But it is hopes and fears rather than reality. That's my opinion of what is going on. And we're getting lots of cups in this reading. Interesting, this is emotional for them. This hurt them. And outcome of this. the outcome. I was going to say it's the 11 of coins, but no, we don't go that far in tarot. It's the 9 of coins, but in reverse. You try living without light for many days and see how you can read Roman numerals. 9 of coins, but in reverse. 9 of coins is, of course, doing very well financially, feathering your nest, living in the lap of luxury, independent. And of course, that's what they were trying to do. They packed their little knapsack and off they set to find their fortunes and find freedom. And they haven't found their fortunes, is the long way of telling you that. With the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, this is going to cost them money. It's going to leave them out in the cold at some level as well, because 9 of Pentacles in reverse is rather lonely energy, out in the cold, feeling unloved, feeling that you don't have enough resources, that you just haven't hit the sweet spot that other people around you have found. How come they're all doing so well in Montecito and we're all living under a bridge in a cardboard box? It's that kind of energy. Bit 5 of Pentacles. It doesn't normally read that way. For me today, it's reading that way. So I just tell you what comes through from universe. We do energy here. We try not to censor it too much. Just for the machine, we censor it every now and then. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. They are going to struggle as a result of this. They are not going to be that successful at making deals with other people, lovers there, because who wants to partner with them? Nobody. And so it is going to affect them going forward. It's going to affect them where it hurts the most, in their wallets, their bank balances. And so it is going to have some consequences for them. And tough, I would say. That's just my opinion, of course. That is your reading for today. Father's Day tomorrow. I do hope you have a wonderful time. And I will hopefully get around to do some readings for you tomorrow. And see you again soon.